Hey everyone. I've many people. I not only me, but I believe that many other people have been concerned. About the suicidal rates within children, young children at that, and many of us may blame it on different things. Like we'll blame their parents, or we'll blame just the situation itself. We may also blame it on entertainment, like music, on public figures. There are many things that people blame it on, and people have their reasons, and I respect every one of them. However, I do have my own belief of why this occurred, and I believe that I blame it on the educational system. I'll tell you why. Kids nowadays, we're in a modern world, and I totally respect the history of slavery, of the genocide, the Jewish genocide, Pearl Harbor, World War I and II. I respect all of these, parts of history, which concluded into something better, and it's a problem that's solved already. That happened so many years ago, and with the genocide, we remind our children we never want this to happen again. As we read Anne Frank and other great stories that give these kids some information on the history. Um, Also on slavery as well. We learned that we need to accept that teaches children how to accept people from other races, not only the black community, the African American community, as I would like to prefer calling, but you know, these history lessons always leave a good message behind, and it's a good foundation, for our children, for our future children. But I believe that these stories, these parts of history, are a bit rerun. It's like a rerun. I believe that we aren't teaching our children to be, well rounded individuals for the future, and it's a concern to me because there are so many issues happening around the world right now. We have the water crisis. We had the genocide in Darfur, Africa, which was people systematically being displaced from homes and had were killed, families were killed, kids were left without parents. The water crisis itself is it's something that's killing kids every minute that passes by, um, from healthy water deprivation. um, and we're not teaching our children that there are bigger problems than the problems they have on themselves. We need to understand, and not only children themselves, and not only according to the situation, that's happening with children now, but it's also with us adults. We believe that our problems are the biggest problems that exist when they're not. Our problems come so small comparing to the problems that these families go through day by day, without having good water to drink. The human body naturally cannot live without water for 2 days. 2 days. We can live without food for a week. But without water, we're nobody. We're nothing. We disperse out of this earth without water. And we're not being aware of this. And our children are not going to excel and want to, propose a solution for this situation. And that's what's going to cause, many problems in the future, because our children weren't taught to give a fuck about issues that are happening overseas. And the water crisis, unfortunately, as same way we're fighting for oil, we might end up fighting for water. Who's going to own water? These people are going to grow hungry for water and want to do something about it. And these are things and issues that we should be worrying about, and bring awareness to. I believe that our children aren't being taught in school how many problems there are in the world. This will make our children evaluate what's a big problem and what's not a big problem. And it's not going to help them develop develop that part of the brain where they need to use of reasoning. And I think that's what happens when someone commits suicide or isn't happy with their lives or satisfied, is that they have no basic reasoning. They don't know what's a big problem from a small problem, how to neglect something and pay attention to something. And I think it's a big problem and it's a big issue. So that's why I blame it on the schools and the educational system. I don't think America is teaching children how to reason certain situations. And we don't want to teach them about something that was already solved. We want them to focus on something, a problem that it still exists and that they can possibly fix in the future, and bring awareness to. If I swear, if we teach our children from kindergarten to high school, these problems would have never existed a long time ago. The genocide in Darfur, Africa, I believe has probably like 8, 9 years going on, and these people are being moved for oil so that we can use their land for oil. And guess what? China uses, I believe, like 6%. Statistics say 6% of that oil, which means that we're helping them buy weapons because China provides Africa with weapons. So basically, we're helping to systematically move these people from their homes, killing them and just abusing their humanity itself. We're not respecting each other, and we're not teaching our kids how to do that. And if a child is not aware of the problems that surround them, then how in the future is humanity gonna excel? It's something that it's been beating me up, and I believe that it's a topic that is very argumentative, and many people may have another standpoint. People may say, we don't have the kind of budget for that right now. We're at war, but this is not an issue about money. This is an issue about teaching our kids. We will find the money. Money is money, and money ain't shit. You know, as much money as we're fucking wasting on bullshit right now, money ain't shit. And if we get brighter people, in the workforce, and brighter people to help other people, maybe the world wouldn't be such a fucking piece of shit. And I say it just like that because the world right now is a fucking piece of shit. Because ain't nobody teaching our kids what they're supposed to learn. We're not getting any kind of help to help these people. And it's like money's a big issue now. Like, we're at war. We can't help people. So I believe that our children should be taught not only history from the past, but the issues that are in the present. We need to bring awareness and teach our kids, those issues. Maybe there wouldn't be kids killing themselves, being bored with their lives because they think their life is such a big problem. I think kids need to see other hungry kids. I think we should make a school trip to Africa and show our fucking kids, that there are bigger fucking problems out there, and that, they're not alone. They're not alone. We can't sit here and be like, oh, I'm gay and lesbian. It's okay to be gay. They're not going to understand you. They're not going to understand what an adult says. If a 14-year-old kid says he's gay and he's ashamed of it, then we can't sit here and be like, okay, it's okay to be gay. They're going to feel like they're being sucked in a group where there's people just like them, but there is still people that aren't like them. So that's a controversy. So we can't make them feel better either way. Turning Tumblr purple is not gonna fucking help. Wearing a little fucking ribbon and putting on commercials and having big idolizing people isn't gonna fucking help. Okay? It's not. The foundation of our children's education is essential to teach them how important it is to see bigger problems than their own. Maybe the world will be a lot more relaxing and pleasant place. Thank you for listening. Follow me on Twitter, Canon Gilby. And my blog is Gilby Prototype, so look out for that. And I hope you took a good message out of this.